Hello there and welcome. It's another episode of your favorite feminine program on television and on radio, the Sister Sister Show. My name is Ruth Alabo. Let's look at the minds of our young men again today.
Okay.
Do you think that they have issues with role models? Their fathers are not good role models to them, or their elder brothers are not doing a good job as regards that, or maybe their neighbors, they see older guys in their neighborhood who do these things and they grow up trying to emulate them. You know how kids are. They just look up to any adults in front of them and they want to emulate everything you do. Do you think that too has contributed to, should I say, the empty-heartedness of the average young guy today who basically do not feel anything? Selfish-mindedness, a lot of selfishness in our society today. You don't see anybody thinking about what I can do to make wherever I find myself a better place. Instead, they're thinking, what have I gotten from
this place?
Yes,
I think that's true. A wise man once said something. He said, don't do what I say, but do what I do. You can actually show good example to your kids through your action. There was a day I was in church and somebody said something. He said, God hears our thoughts before he hears our voice. So sometimes when you're actually telling a child to do a particular thing, show that child how to do that thing before you say it. Why? Because that child sees what you do before he hears what you say.
Okay.
So a lot of people around us, there are a lot of things that influence young people these days. A lot of distractions around social media and all stuff like that. Friends, that influences them. But one thing we should give to our young generation of today is constant training.
Okay.
Constant training. When I mean training, theoretically and practically.
Okay.
Now, the reason why it's that is because when you get a theory of something, it helps to build your content of what you carry inside.
Okay.
And one day, that content you carry inside is going to showcase itself when you come in contact with a particular issue or a challenge.
Okay.
Another area I still want to look at it from is because why I said training is because training is the only thing that turns a trash into a treasure.
True.
And a lot of kids these days, they want to become treasure, they want to become known globally.
Yeah.
So if you engage in constant training for them, it will help them to become who they really want to be tomorrow.
Okay.
Now, remember that these are young kids. Some of them don't even know what they want,
True.
And that's why I said self-discovery is key, You only exist when you're giving birth to. But from the day you discover your purpose and who you really want to be, that's the day you start living.
Yeah.
If it's at 40, that's when you start living. So you ask yourself, who do I really want to become like? I might not really want to become like my father. Personally speaking here, I didn't really want to become like my father.
Okay.
I have role models that I really want to become like. I have some things that I'm passionate about. Speaking is one thing I'm passionate about.
Okay.
I can do it for the rest of my life, whether you pay me or not. I keep doing it.
Okay.
Now, impacting people with what I carry inside of me, it's something that I just love doing.
Okay.
So I looked for people that are already succeeding in that area, and then I cleave onto them. And that's the training you need to give to young people these days. Last week I was speaking in a conference and I told somebody, I said, when I finished speaking, somebody came to me and said, please, I would like you to be my mentor. And I smiled and I said, why do you want me to be your mentor? And he said, he couldn't explain because he has been hearing the word mentor, mentorship.
And he doesn't even have an idea about what it is.
About what mentor is. So I told him, I said, if I have to agree to be your mentor, that's real responsibility for me. And then I opened my phone, opened the dictionary, and I showed him the meaning of the mentor. It simply means a wise and trusted counselor or teacher. So, and
are you ready to learn?
Correct. Am I that to you? He said, yes, he sees me as that. Are you willing to learn? Because it's a process, it's a journey. You need to understand that success is a journey. You understand? Whatever you want to become in life is a journey. If you learn from your parents and then you go on your own, you keep learning.
Yeah.
You keep learning. Some of them, the funniest thing is that some of them, they learn the right virtues from home, but when they leave home and they go to school, they get associated.
Others.
Yes.
They meet other guys with
things.
all types of attitudes.
Correct. Because there's anointing in association. When you associate with some persons, you have no other reason than just to follow their path and then you're on the wrong, track towards those areas.
Okay, let's look at Nigerian girls and their cooking skills. The truth is, why would the average Nigerian girl feel cool that she can't cook? Is it like a cool thing? Like, is it a trend right now that if you're tush, if you're fine, if you are very cool and you know what's up, you should not know how to cook? Is that the trend? But how do guys view the Nigerian girls? Do you think we can't cook really as like the modern Nigerian girl?
Okay, personally, I feel a lot of guys, they look at tushed girls. When you're very tush, like you're very psychedelic, they look at you like, man, this can't really go to the kitchen and all that, But I really think that you should give credit to some of these ladies. Okay. You understand? At least give them the benefit of doubt. You should be able to assess them before you judge them. You don't just assess somebody from afar. Personally, I was sharing with somebody yesterday. Personally, I have 5 sisters.
Wow.
And to be very surprising to you, I'm the only man in the house.
Oh my God!
But the truth of the fact that I'm the best cook in my house. Like, seriously.
Okay, so how did you manage?
So how did I manage? It's very simple. I was talking about training the other time. A lot of Nigerian girls, these days, because of the trend of things that are happening, they just want to dress up and then start hanging out in fast food restaurants, going to classic places and all that. They didn't really do what girls usually do those days. When their mom is cooking in the kitchen, they'll sit by her and ask her, what are you putting now? Why are you putting this at this time? They don't ask those kind of things anymore. They just want to say, mom, is the food ready? Please, I'm at the dining, please serve the food, and then I'm good to go.
Let's go back to the home front. Now, whose fault is that? Is that the fault of the girl or the mom? Because, the child grew up under your care.
Yeah.
If at the age of 6, you started teaching her how to, basic things like fry plantain.
Okay.
That's not like heavy cooking now.
Yeah. That's like.
At the age of 8, you should be able to boil rice, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So if at that stage you're not taught, how would you know?
So in that area, I would say
the moms has failed us.
Correct. They have a huge role to play in that.
Yeah.
The parents. Now you can't actually just put the blame on just the mother alone. Okay. The dad still has the responsibility to play. There are some kids that their parents will want to call them to the kitchen, come assist me something in the kitchen, and then the dad will say, please leave them alone. They have to do their assignments now.
Okay.
Now, not forgetting that that's the major assignment they're really doing.
Yeah.
Because the school systems are not actually teaching most of our kids how to do these things practically.
True.
They only teach them theory.
Yeah.
So the only practical laboratory they can actually learn this thing is from the home. And when they learn those things from there, they go to showcase themselves in the society. Somebody once said something that you would be celebrated in public what you have practiced in private.
Sure.
So you ask yourself as a Nigerian lady, how do people see me? But that notwithstanding, it is not every Nigerian lady that looks classy that they can cook.
Okay.
I just want to urge all the guys out there to
open their minds.
Exactly.
That's
just
your brother
have
talking.
An open mind. Let's give these ladies a chance. Let's give them a try. You could just run a test on them.
I'm serious. I'm sure some of my followers now will be thinking I actually pitched you to do this, but just for the record, I didn't.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
It's coming from your heart.
From my heart of hearts.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Definitely.
Then let's look at another aspect of it. I said Nigerian women expect 2 things basically from every man they come across or they date.
Okay.
1, they expect you to provide for them.
Okay.
2, they expect you to take care of them. How true is that?
Okay. I think first of all to start with, that's the expectation of every human on earth. I talked about the I thing.
Yeah.
I expecting everything. Every human has that syndrome in them.
Okay.
Expecting everything from everybody except themselves.
Okay.
One of the past American presidents said, don't think what America can do for you, but what you can do for America. So we brought that to Nigeria. Don't think about what Nigeria can do for you, and think about what you can do for Nigeria. Okay. So if you're expecting those, for ladies expecting those 2 major qualities from any kind of man, the man in return should expect the same thing from the lady.
Take care of the man.
Yes.
And provide for him.
Correct.
Why?
There are a lot of ways you can care for a man.
Taking care, yes, I understand, but to some extent, though.
Yes.
Yes, to some extent. But provide for him.
Yes, you can actually provide.
It's not
for
biblical.
No,
to start with.
No, what I'm trying to say here is provision can come in different forms.
Okay.
For example, there are some men with the kind of business they do. They really have time to relax.
Okay.
You know, chill out with maybe good stories, gist, and all stuff like that.
Okay.
You could go there and provide them good company. It's not all ladies that can actually be good company.
How?
Like maybe trying to be interested in some of the things that guys are interested in, for example, sports. So when you're with him, you could be able to meet that need because, you know, I have a story about a woman that got married.
Okay.
She knew why they were dating, that the husband was so induced into sports and Arsenal, Mayu, and all that stuff. Now the man will come back from work, take his dinner, pick his keys, and go out to hang out with the guys.
Okay.
In just a little beer parlor where they can actually drink pepper soup, beer, and start arguing Chelsea and Mayu.
Yes.
Now, the woman has said, okay, what's actually taking this my husband out all the time? He said, okay, share that pepper soup and that beer they always drink in that place. She went to the market, bought everything and prepared the pepper soup, bought beer in the fridge. When the man came after his dinner, he said, yeah, he picked up his key and he wanted to go. I said, where are you going? I have pepper soup and beer for you. The man said, okay, is it very good? Okay, no, Allah. He sat down, took it, and after he finished, he still picked his key and he went out. He said, I said, where are you going? He said, I'm going to my joint. He said, but it's not the pepper soup and beer you go to take there. He said, no, it's not the pepper soup, it's the gist. It's the argue, we argue. That's what is there.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that man has a great need in that area that woman needs to meet.
Yes.
So that's provision. It must not actually be in monetary terms. You understand? Sometimes it can actually be in monetary terms. That's in terms of use, providing it as a support, not really like, you know, so to say, like doing it a whole, you know, full. A man may probably want to run a project.
Yes.
And maybe whatever it is he has is not enough. You can actually support. That's why you are there as a support.
Okay.
You know, whether you're dating or you're married, because it's charity, they say, begins at home.
Yeah.
If you're not good doing something while you're dating a guy, there's no way you can do it even when you're married to the person. Okay. So I think in that area, it is very good for ladies to expect those two things because no matter how you want to look at it, relationship generally runs on caring and sharing.